What's going on, everybody? Dave Bowen, the last honest marketer. And today, well, as you know, this is video 2 of the 2-part video series here. First one was about, just kind of a team change world update and what all I've got done. And this one is about really, really why I really resigned from the Empower Network. Sorry. That's what this is about, okay? Because it's been, brought to my attention that some of the stuff that that I talked about was not true. It was not true. And, being the honest person that I am, okay, I'm going to admit that. I'm going to admit my fault and where I was wrong. And I was wrong on a couple things, okay? But I want you to understand that that doesn't change why I quit, okay? That was just kind of a what you could call a catalyst. That just set me over the edge. See, I've had this feeling, and another thing you need to understand is before I make any decisions, you've heard me say this before, but I don't know if you believe me. Before I make any decisions, I put my team first, okay? I truly do. I think about what is this going to do for the team? And then, okay, what is this going to do for me? And that's what leaders do. I mean, that's what leaders do. And so anyways, that was a big consideration in, my decision. But I want you to understand this, that this does not change my decision. I'm still 150% confident about the decision that I made, okay? Because I'm not, like I was saying, I'm not going to quit something just because somebody posts something on Facebook with a screenshot and says something. No, that's not why I quit. And so there's a couple reasons why I did that video. First one was to admit that some of the information I had on there was wrong, okay? And I'm gonna show you that in a minute. The other thing is I stumbled across a Facebook post by Dave Sharp, one of the co-founders, and I'll tell you what, man, if he wasn't talking to me, I don't know who he was talking to, and I'm not trying to be selfish or say that, oh, you know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to do that, like thinking that everything is revolved around me. No, I'm just telling you, I believe I've developed this type of sixth sense. I see things and feel things and hear things, that a lot of people don't, and interpret things a way that a lot of people don't. And I'm able to hear, God talk to me where other people aren't, And so I just had this gut feeling as I'm reading that, that, man, he's talking to me. He's talking to me. He stumbled across my post and he's talking to me. And basically it was just about that. I want to keep this video short. So you know how that always goes. That, people conform to other people's opinions, and that's why our society is the way that it is. And, instead of thinking their own way, they conform to somebody else's thinking. And I agree, yes. If you listen to Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret, that's what he says is the greatest sin of mankind is conformity. It's not fear or anything like that. It's conformity. And so I agree, but that is absolutely not what I'm doing. So if you are watching this video, I want you to know that that is not what I'm doing, and that I am different than, than whoever you were talking about. And and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in this video. So first thing I want to say is I want to admit my fault, because that's the type of person I am. Okay. This was a post that I stumbled across on Sunday night. All right. And basically it just says that, see, where I misinterpreted it, I'm not going to go into the whole deal. Okay. Where I misinterpreted it is it said that he, is that he under someone else. Vic S pops up with a new account under someone else. Well, I was under the impression, because I thought somebody told me that Dave and Dave were Vic's sponsor. And as a matter of fact, I think I saw that in a screenshot. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm kind of, whoa, that just hit me doing this video. Anyways, yeah, I could have sworn. Now, because, see, Dave and Dave are not my actual sponsor. Like, they didn't sponsor me at the $25 level, but they are my sponsors at the $500, the $1,000, and the $3,000. And I'm pretty sure that's kind of the same with Vic. But anyways, it doesn't matter, okay? The fact of the matter is that Dave and Dave are not Vic's direct sponsor. They didn't sponsor him at the $25 level. Okay, that what I was saying in that video is not true. That part of it. Okay, but I'm gonna have to do some more research because I've had other people tell me this, more than one person. So I know that that's not true, and I'm almost positive that it is correct that that Vic joined under somebody, one of his students or something. I don't know what the whole story is, but I want to say that his student joined under Dave and Dave, and Vic is still somehow. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's something for you to think about. But I'll do more research on that. Better believe it. um, so that part I was wrong. I do want to mention that, but that doesn't change why I quit. Just like I said, okay. There's other reasons, right? There's other reasons, and I want you to understand this first, okay? I joined Empower Network back January 3rd of 2013. 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks after I joined, was the Austin event, and I made it there. Okay, I made it there. I put up, yeah, a ton of money. I live in Ohio, so plane, hotel, and rental car. It was not cheap. Now I had the time of my life. I don't regret it at all. Oh my gosh, no, no. Um, and I remember after that event, I thought, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. Blah 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 blah. Then 3 months, well, right before Chicago, I had become friends with this guy, and he had been in the power for a while, made hardly any money. Of course, I didn't know it at the time. Well, I kind of had an idea, just from what we talked about. And he's famous. He's known for calling out scammers. Okay, and he had proof. He had people sending him proof that there were two leaders who are still in EN to this day that are scamming people. I mean, proof, screenshots of Facebook conversations and all that stuff. I mean, just undeniable proof that these guys are scamming people. And it's sickening. And like I said, these guys are two leaders in Empower Network. I'm not going to name their names. If you want to know, come see me. Or I'm sorry, you can't come see me, but message me, contact me, get a hold of me somehow. I'll tell you, because that's just the type of person I am. I'm not going to, even though I've seen undeniable proof. I just believe it's negative energy, and I don't want it. And so, anyways, coincidentally, and remember, anytime I say coincidentally, I'm being sarcastic because I don't believe there are any coincidences. That's just my beliefs. Everything has a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And so, coincidentally, I may have even been a day or two later. I don't know. Within the next week, his whole Ian account was shut down, and he was locked out completely, completely. And then he had his own personal blog, and of course he was whining and complaining on there, which yeah, I would have too. Heck yeah. And Dave Wood came to his blog and said, oh, commented on his blog and said, oh, it's a big mishap, blah 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 blah. And of course I believed it at the time. And then I went on my business, and so did he. And something else happened after that. I don't know what it was, because him and I separated. He got mad at me over a comment that I made defending the Empower Network, and we haven't talked since. But anyways, I had that in the back of my mind because I was so furious that if they're letting people, leaders who are, you know, leading the company, leading big teams, scam their own teams, then what kind of company is this? And so going into Chicago, I had that in the back of my mind. But now here's the thing: is I stretched myself. I sold everything I owned for the Empower Network. The only things that I had left are a car that I had a car loan on, a 6-shooter pistol, 22 pistol that's not really worth anything, and a set of golf clubs. And guys, one thing you need to understand, and this isn't to boast or brag, is I sold cars for 3 years, and last year, 2012, I was on track to make over 6 figures until I left for another business opportunity in West Virginia to open up a car dealership. And then I got into network marketing, and then I got into Empower Network, and I'm grateful that all that happened. But you got to understand that, and I sold cars. I'm good at selling. I'm good at this stuff. And so when I got an Empower Network and I struggled, I couldn't understand it. I was like, man, this doesn't make sense. I picked up the car business like that, and the car business is way harder than this. I mean, as far as it just well, to an extent, I think you know what I'm saying. Each one has its points and stuff. Anyways, so I just knew that something wasn't right. I knew that something wasn't right, and I stretched myself. I drove clear to Chicago from Ohio, which isn't that bad, 8.5 hours, whatever it was. But I didn't have the money to do it. I really didn't. And and then after that event, just something didn't sit right with me. I can't pinpoint. I wish I could tell you it was this. A couple things I can tell you is I met Dave and Dave in person, and I also met Vic in person. And being, an ex-car salesman, and then being a recovering alcoholic and drug addict, okay, which September 10th I celebrated 20 months, which is a miracle. Okay, um, I know a liar, cheat, and a thief when I see one. All right, and as a car salesman, I learned to read people. I'm very good at reading people. All right, and so when I met Vic, I'm telling you, there's no question in my mind that guy is not changed. He's not changed because I don't know if you know this. It's on my blog, and you can find it anywhere. Just go to Google and search it. Vic Streishaus, or however you pronounce his name, convicted felon insurance fraud. Yeah, you'll find it. And I understand. I'm the perfect candidate to understand that people can change because I'm a perfect example. All right, I'm a perfect example. If you saw me even just 2 years ago, um, even a year ago. Of course, a year ago I was sober, but and I wasn't doing the things that I did. But even if you just looked at me a year ago, the transformation I've gone through is incredible. But I'm telling you, I looked into his eyes, I shook his hand, I felt it, and I just saw a soulless, heartless man. That it just had a negative vibe. I just had a negative vibe. So I can't exactly explain it. That's the best way I can explain it. With Dave and Dave, I didn't necessarily have that. I did feel a negative vibe. It just something wasn't right. Something wasn't right with them. So, yeah, I left there. I also talked to another good friend of mine who was, she was, I think, a 10,000 six-figure a month earner. 6 figure a month. I'm sorry, 6 figure a year earner in Empower Network. And she said the exact, and it was so funny when she said it. I'm like, oh my God, I felt the same way. And yeah, so I don't know what it was about that event. I don't know, but something about it. And so it's been in the back of my mind ever since. And last couple things I want to say, and I need to end this video, is their retention rates and the fact that I don't feel that I'm helping people. Okay, their retention rates are horrendous. And coincidentally, again, I'm being sarcastic. After Chicago, they updated their system. Okay, and you got to understand that's been almost 6 months ago now. They used to be able to tell who's active and who's not. Well, I can tell you before Chicago, about half my team was not active, and you can't blame that on me. You can't blame that on me. I tried contacting these people. I called them. I emailed them. you know and when I first got in, I had to chase my sponsor down, and I talked to my sponsor once on the phone, where he gave me any type of information, and it was just a couple simple video marketing tips, which I appreciate. He's a good guy. um, but I just want you to understand that I am not responsible, to an extent, yes, but I'm not responsible that they quit. Okay, I can't beg them to stay. I can't. So get that out of the way. So yeah, but coincidentally, all of them show active again. Hmm. And isn't it funny that for the past couple months, they've said they've had 160,000 customers for the past couple months? Really? I mean, the way they said their numbers were going, wouldn't you think they'd be over 200,000 now? Well over. They should be. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying for sure that's what they're doing. I don't know. But then, okay, get off that stuff. Retention rates are horrible. Okay, they're horrible. And the reason is, of course, all the upsells, how much money it costs, and the training at the basic level is also horrendous. That's about the best word I can use. I mean, it's horrible, horrible, horrible. They do not teach you a thing about blogging. Yeah, sure, those 8 core steps are awesome. Yes, they're awesome. And if you do follow them, you will be successful in Empower Network. Yes, that's true. But what if you don't know how to blog? They tell you to blog daily, but what if you don't know how to blog? What if you don't know how to hell, what if you don't even know how to log into WordPress? I mean, what are you supposed to do then? and then your sponsor won't answer you. What are you supposed to do? And then they tell you to market daily. Oh yeah, yeah. You know, solo ads and PPC and CPC and CPA and CPS and all that stuff, don't you? I thought so. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you don't? Oh, well, you're gonna have to get $1,000 and purchase a 15K formula. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, it's ridiculous. Now, granted, with the Prosperity team and some of the other teams, they fixed some of that, but not all of it. Not all of it, because they're the same way. As you upgrade, which is cool. I understand that. Entice people to upgrade. I get that. My point being, I shouldn't say that. I didn't feel like I was helping people inside the Empower Network. I know I wasn't. I wasn't. I wasn't. Okay. And guys, I want you to understand something. Um, as much as I am about the team and helping others and all that, and I know that you help enough people get what they want, you're going to get what you want. I invested of course, yeah, almost $10,000. Okay, including some advertising and stuff like that, which I understand. Yeah, of course, you can't. I still have some of those leads and all that stuff. I get that. I get that. But I invested about $10,000 into Empower Network. So for me to just throw that away is not something easy to do, and it's not something I would ever make a rash decision on. Okay, ever. So that's all I got, guys. I just want you to see that I'm truly am an honest and a person who has integrity and who believes that I'm going to get further because I'm following my gut. I'm following what I believe God told me to do. And I believe I'm going to help way more people doing what I'm doing with Team Change the World. I know I am. I know I am. And it's going to be incredible, guys. I want you to join me. I want you to come with me on this journey with me, along with me. It's going to be incredible, guys. It'll be the best ride of your life. I guarantee you that. All right, guys. Signing off, Dave Bowen.